Average Dude has something to say about...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Average Dude. This is a new season of Average Dude, 2013 here, a new year. Near the end of 2012, I promised that I was going to do an episode going over the Fiscal Cliff. Okay, that's this episode. I'll go over the Fiscal Cliff. But I gotta warn you, I'm not going to go over why, technically speaking, the term Fiscal Cliff was coined. Because basically, that's nothing more than our parties, for the most part the Republican Party, but the Democratic Party too. They have policies, they have what the goodies that they want, like the Bush-era tax cuts and all that expire. They have things that are about to expire or go away, and they're not happy about that. And the fiscal, oh no, we're going over the cliff, and because our goodies are going to be removed, all hell's going to break loose on Earth. They're totally full of it. Both parties are full of it. No. We constantly hear about this nonsense from the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and we're going to be dealing with yet again, every single quarter, every single 4 months, the whole threatening to have the government close down bullshit. So I'm just going to explain the whole economic collapse of America and why the real fiscal cliff, why it happened. And ironically, I actually went over this before. Ladies and gentlemen, that household is us. And these two political parties are our kids, our creation. We are responsible for them. And we let it get this bad. We're the responsible ones. Yeah, early on, episode 17, Welcome to the USA Household was the name of that episode. I already went over this. I went over why America is economically screwed. And ironically, it's one of the least viewed episodes. So when I had an episode that dealt with something that affected everyone in the United States, no one wanted to see that for the most part. No, they wanted to see the other stuff, the gross stuff and things like that. But yeah, I already spoke about this. But let's go down the list. Let's go over everything that created the economic collapse of the United States and the fiscal cliff.
Republican and Democratic Party bullcrap.
Yeah, as I said, I went over this in episode 17 in 2012. The Republican and Democratic Party bullcrap. These two have done more damage than they will ever know, and they don't care. They're bullies. They're the worst bullies that we have in this country, the far left and the far right. I mean, these two bullied this country and got way too much of what they wanted over all the years. I mean, thanks to these two, USA has more expenses than income. I mean, the worse it gets, the more stubborn and greedy these two buttholes are. I mean, the Republican Party got as much as they possibly wanted when it came to waging war and going overseas and military spending, and the Democratic Party got way more than they, when it came to all the social programs. They both need to cut back, and they don't want to give way. They suck.
NAFTA was a bad idea.
Yeah, NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, was a horrible idea. But you have to understand where it came from. This was George Bush Sr.'s pet project when he was, way back in the day, when he was vice president with Reagan. He wanted this to happen, and you have to understand why. This was back during near the end of the Cold War, Russia versus, USSR versus America, and this was his answer to it. Let's make the West strong, in other words, North America. Canada, the United States, Mexico. He wanted all of North America, the West, to be strong, united, and that was his answer. Unite the West and make it strong. It was ultimately unnecessary, but it still went through. And a billionaire told us that it was a bad idea. Ross Perot told us why it was a bad idea, and this entire country didn't listen at all, except for a few people that actually took the idea and thought, this could be bad. I mean, don't believe Perot. He was trying to say that he was an ethical billionaire and he had morals. Oh, come on. What billionaire has not screwed people to get where he or she is? Seriously, think about this for a moment. How did the filthy rich really... They step on people. That's how you get power. And don't think that he didn't do it. But he's basically, back then he was like, I would never do stuff like this, wink, wink, nod, nod. I am an honest and ethical person, wink, wink, nod, nod. But if I were an unethical businessman, wink, wink, nod, nod, I would do this if NAFTA went into, and he told us. He basically, okay, America, when a billionaire tells you why something is financially a bad idea, you might want to listen. You don't have to vote him in office, but you might want to listen.
The information age.
Oh, the information age. We never prepare for economic transitions correctly. Have you noticed that? We've been through this before. From agriculture, we went from the agricultural age to the industrial age. And guess what happened? You had an initial boom where things were really, really good all over, followed by corporate greed and lack of jobs. You had the businesses taking full advantage of the fact that machines could do what people were doing before and then cut a motherload of jobs. We've been through this before. When you cut the jobs, you better have a backup plan. We need to have education and training. That should come first. We never do this. We never prepare ahead of time, and we keep making this mistake because we're stupid. We're greedy. We're selfish. That's why this happens. The people at the top take full advantage of these cuts, and they keep cutting, and you have all these people that no longer have a purpose in life. They don't have jobs. And those who got screwed this time around, the worst are those in the transition period, Generation X. Those who are in the transitionary period, who went to school, got to the point they were educated a certain way in preparation for the way things were, and then all of a sudden you have a transition like this, they are the ones that get screwed the most. This is why Generation X is a very angry generation, and they have every reason to be pissed.
Free trade, world trade.
Oh yeah, free trade on the world level. That was a great idea, wasn't it? And here's why you don't do this. Others will not reciprocate. America's stupid for doing this. Only a few countries have genuinely reciprocated. We do not tax the things that come from overseas, like the China and that crap, which keeps that stuff cheap. And we desire it because it's much more affordable than everything else. Because America, the government is not taxing it worth a crap, or if at all. And then other countries do not reciprocate. They're not honoring the agreement. They're taxing the hell out of our stuff. Japan is taxing the crap out of American-made automobiles because they're not dumb. How stupid do we have to be? And China, wink, wink, hint, hint. Oh, God, we're so stupid.
Importing crap.
We import crap. We import cheaply made, breakable, toxic, hazardous junk. We have recalls all over the place. I mean, how many recalls have we had? Pet food recall because it was killing pets. Babies were dying left and right because of things that were made for babies that were cheaply made because of the crap from China. Imports are junk.
Exporting jobs.
Oh, exporting jobs. How stupid do we have to be? What dipshit politicians thought this was good for the country? Hey, we're going to import crap that can harm you, and we'll export most of the jobs. That's a recipe for economic success, don't you think? Hey, we do not understand that no work, no income, no bills get paid, no job, unless you happen to be part of that 1% that is independently wealthy, you're not able to afford your home. It doesn't matter. No income, you're not paying your mortgage. That's why the mortgage industry went belly up. Because we cannot pay our bills. This is our country's biggest financial problem. And ironically, it's the easiest one to fix. Stop allowing companies to do business here when they export buttloads of jobs. Financially charge the hell out of these companies that outsource the jobs. It's called treason, damn it! Oh.
The left and the right mentality.
Oh. And last but not least, the left and the right. The Democrats, the Republicans, left, right, liberal, conservative. We fought over fast food chicken in 2012. That's how stupid Americans are. We can't negotiate and work together on anything anymore. And this is why, altogether, we are in the situation we are in right now, and it is absolutely amazing we made it this far. Everyone, I wish I could say that we're going to get better, but we're not. We're just going to continue to screw up and screw off.